Guest has been variously described by the press as a dandy, a latter-day Beau Brummel, and the leader of the New Romantics. He's only 21, yet he's already been involved in the running of 3 London nightclubs. He's been featured in Time magazine and has just released a debut album with his band Visage. I would describe him as an androgynous Adonis. Please would you welcome Steve Strange. Is Strange your real name?
Yes.
It is? Come on, be serious.
Of course.
Now, you were brought up in Wales. Now, stop it. You were brought up in Wales. Now, did you start looking like this in Wales?
Yes, I did.
But it's marvellous. It's exceptionally beautiful. I think it's grand.
Thank you.
What else can you say? Now, you've got a band called Visage. How would you describe your music?
I'd like to term it as modern dance music.
Disco?
Not disco, but music that people can dance to. When we opened a club about 3 years ago called Billy's, that was a club that we opened which was like an alternative venue to disco music.
Yes. And
the music that we were playing was still music that people could dance to.
Do you want to revolutionise the club circuits, as it were, give them a totally new image? Because I know with the clubs that you've run, you've made the people that come to those clubs exceptionally compatible. There's never been a bad atmosphere. The atmosphere has always been like a beautiful party and everyone having a good time. Would you like to see all clubs like that?
Not really, because when you do that sort of thing, then it all becomes boring.
Yes.
If everybody was doing it. I'd like to feel that we're doing something new all the time.
Yeah.
And not opening up a media of clubs where everything's the same. It's great, though, because there are clubs opening all around Britain with the same sort of feel as the Blitz or Hell or Billy's.
How do you feel when you're being copied?
I don't really mind, because the time people are copying me, I think I've changed anyway.
Yeah.
And with Visage, I hope, with the group and everything, that when we release our next album, the whole concept of the music will have changed as well.
How far would you go with your image, though, to be successful? Would you change, because the record company asks you to change?
No.
Are you religiously staying to your own personality?
The record company don't tell me what to do. They never will. I would never listen to what they had to tell me to do.
Yeah.
Everything I do is on my behalf and not anybody else's.
Yes. Where do you get your clothes from?
A few people. Melissa Kaplan.
Yeah. Get mine from. What?
Stephen Linnard. Hello. Judith Frankland. And if I want to buy from a shop, I buy from PX.
Yeah. Could you tell us about PX? Because you're involved with PX, aren't you?
I used to be a long time ago, but I'm a bit too busy to be involved in a shop at the moment.
What do you think about fractions such as punks and skinheads and the NF? Because I know that with your clubs, you've had some trouble, haven't you?
Well, with the Blitz, or whatever club it was, there was never any trouble. With punks, I got disillusioned with punk a long time ago because I found it became a total uniformity. The people that were involved in it were like believing with what they read in the national papers or whatever they were reading in the music papers or whatever. And it was all become very aggressive and all to do with violence.
Yeah.
But the kids that were involved in it were believing in it because they were reading it and not... It was like as if they were like, how can I say this? As if they were reading it and being told what to do.
Yeah, they're just
and not really, it was
do.
just as if it was a part of their life. And when people say that fashion has got nothing to do with music, it's a load of lies.
Yeah.
Because image is a relevant part of music as well. I didn't mean to say irrelevant, I meant relevant.
Yes, yes. Would you like to experiment with other artistic medias, though? You've done sort of the club entertainment side and you're now with music. Is there any other way? Would you like to act?
I would like to act. And I mean, people say to me, well, you can't be involved in music if you're running a club.
That's ridiculous.
Of course you can. I mean, look at you.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, of course you can. If there's time, I mean, if there's time for me to run a club and music, and I would like to get into acting, but I'd like it to come to me, not go to drama lessons or anything like that. I'd like it to come naturally. Would you like to actually make films? Because you're so visual. I would have thought with a camera you'd be able to create the most amazing I would, but scenes. I'd like it to come naturally and not have to go away and learn it for like a year. You're in no mad hurry or anything like that? No, if somebody had a script for me, hello, I'd take it right away. Well, I'd go into it and read it right away.
You claim to have 3,000 followers.
I claim?
Well, this is what I've read, and you have people following you. But would you like to see that your sort of image and your sort of clothes sort of reproduced in chain stores or something like that?
I mean, it has been done with the Blitz. I mean, fashion people have come to the Blitz who run sort of... I mean, if you look at the Paris catwalk, for instance, that was being done in the Blitz like much beforehand, before the Paris catwalk or anything to do with fashion magazine.
Catwalk,
With the Paris catwalk, when I say the Paris catwalk, it's when fashion shows are being shown in Paris.
Yes.
And their ideas are put to clothes.
Yes.
With that, I mean, the people that go to the Blitz recreate their own style. They make their own look and make it individual.
How would you like to see fashion going? By that I mean fashion in clothes, music and films.
I wouldn't like to see it going anywhere, but I like to see people looking original and individual and doing their own thing. Yeah, being themselves.
Have you got any message for people? Is that?
No, I did an interview last week and somebody was trying to make me say that I must make everybody say, well, you should dress like this. I don't have a message for anybody as long as people are happy.
Yeah.
I don't harm anybody. People could see me on the street and think, God, what does he look like?
Yeah, but
I'm not harming
like?
anybody. I'm just being myself.
Yeah.
And I don't dress up in the day. I'm just being me.
Marvellous. Because you like it 24 hours a day, aren't you?
Yeah.
You don't just do it to get on TV.
24 hours a day. No.
24. Thank you very much, Steve Strange.
Thank
That's
you.
marvellous. Will you thank Steve Strange? Thank you.